Soon everyone, welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Breach League Hardcore. We're still in Cruel, Act 1. I'd like to get to Merciless as soon as possible, but honestly, you know, the journey is more important than the destination. In this case, the destination would be nice since that means, you know, we could get some challenges. Right now, we're not accomplishing too many goals. I mean, we're building up currency, and that's pretty good. But really, that's really about the gist of it. So it'd be nice if we could do, you know, some late game stuff, but at this moment, you know, our priority is just to make it to Merciless without dying. I was thinking about the fact, you know, the entire time I was saying, you know, oh, it'd be really nice if we could go really fast. Let's try to complete it, you know, in record time. But now I want to renege a little because I feel like once we get into Cruel, we're gonna get to that point where it's like everything's gonna be just a little bit more difficult, to the point where it's like if you don't notice or if you're not paying attention, you really could, you know, die, and we don't want to die in Cruel. Like that's one thing I'm sure of, right? So maybe we'll still try to go fast, but maybe we gotta be a little more careful. I switched around my my chest plate. I think before we had a brisk wrap or something like that. I switched it around to a just normal lordly plate. It gives us some fire resistance, some chaos resistance, brings our resistances to something that's a little bit more manageable. Whereas previously we were sitting at like, you know, 40, 40, 40, which is just way too low. I'm still wearing the worm smolt. I would like to switch it over to something else soon. But when I do, I think I'm gonna have to go out and buy something because we don't really have a good replacement. Our rings are actually looking pretty good for once. This ring is giving us 10% all resistance, some damage, physical damage, no life, unfortunately, but we're sitting at 2,000 life, which isn't bad. This ring is really good too. This was the ring that I got from when we just entered Act 1, and I randomly picked the lightning ring. This is really good. It gives us basically 20% to life, all resistance, and 62 to life. 25 to mana. The mana, it doesn't really matter, but it's good. It's good. And the amulet is just whatever. I needed some stats. It has some life. It has some all resist. Switched over to Cressa Parandis. I think we talked about that last episode. The boots are whatever. The gloves is still, you know, they're decent gloves, especially since there are some Izaro enchantments on them, and the helmet too. It's, you know, whatever. Act 1, Cruel. Will it be too much of a problem? I don't think so. Honestly, I feel like even if we were to play safely, we could finish it pretty quickly. What's up with the essences? Is that like the second? This is the third essences or third essence in this zone. Did it get like ninja buffed or what? Like it's maybe we're just having some really good essence rolls. I don't know. Not that they're, you know, not that they're very good essences, but the more you get, the better, I suppose. So playing safely does not necessarily mean playing slowly. There's a difference between the two. Playing safely means we don't want to get surrounded. You know, we don't want to carelessly go into a breach and go. See, it's like playing safely is or playing slowly is a subset of playing safely, right? Like you can play very slow, but you can still, you know, take a lot of risks. So we want to go decently fast while taking minimal risk. So we kind of have to optimize that a little, and, you know, make sure we just don't screw up. You know, the things we have to watch out for, like when we open up a breach, let's make sure that there aren't any breach lords in there, right? That's how we died last time. I was just spinning around, not paying attention, and next thing I know, a breach lord comes out and, you know, he blows our face up. So we don't want that to happen. But besides that, I mean, do I want to do master missions though? Maybe not. We completed all our master mission challenges. I'm not too interested anymore. But it's right here. Alright, let's just do it for EXP. Can we finish Act 1 in one episode today? Maybe? I don't know. Cruel is a lot more difficult, so it could be that, you know, like, this is pretty dangerous. The fact that I'm not taking any damage, I'm actually really surprised. I guess we have pretty decent armor, and their attacks count as attacks instead of spells, and we're just kind of dodging them. Is that what's happening? I don't know. Either way, pretty easy. Apologies for not releasing an episode yesterday. I just went out on the weekend and was basically too tired for an episode. That's such a sad excuse, honestly, but that's just how it is. Sometimes other things take priority. You know, if we're not playing that day, it just means there won't be an episode on the next day. That's why I always try to have a backlog, but lately it's been getting a lot harder. And that's simply, I don't want to say it's like an enjoyment thing, because this character is cool. Like, I've never played Blade Flurry before, and you know, it's a pretty nice skill. But the league is ending, and we died twice, so our currency is kind of low. So our leveling has definitely gone slower because of it. Like, I think we started this whole thing with like 30 Chaos Orbs. I think now I'm sitting at maybe 6. You know, like, it's not looking good. Okay, so we want to go over here for Resolute Technique. We would lose out on crit, which isn't the best. However, not missing is pretty important. And even if I don't pick up the Resolute Technique right away, I think I would want to... Okay, say I don't pick up Resolute Technique, because for whatever reason I want to crit. 6% to crit, it's not even that high. No, let's pick it up. We'll pick up Resolute Technique, we'll get some more block chance, and then we'll start taking jewels. I'm wondering if I want to pick up life nodes. No, I need the knockback jewels, I think. Those are still so important. I should be checking every day on PoE Trade for cheap knockback jewels, because that's going to cost us our entire fortune, essentially. You know, our entire fortune of 6 or 7 chaos. Anything good in here? Nope. How about this? And we're gonna need a decent leveling weapon as well. Just a lot of stuff that we're gonna need, man. I don't know. So last time around, I didn't do Flooded Depths. Will I do it this time around? Sure, why not? I don't think it's gonna take us as long. We got like a lot more gems this time around, so we should be able to do it relatively quickly, actually. And you know what? It seems that our counterattacks are still doing decent damage. I am quite surprised, actually. I thought that, you know, once we got rid of that, you know, Lycosidae, the shield, our counterattacks would be like dog shit, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And it was one of the reasons why I never switched out the shield, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. So maybe this time around, you know, the one optimization we will make is that we can get like a really good shield. You know, maybe something that I'm still guessing Lionized Remorse for the armor. Even though armor, it seems, is pretty dog shit as well. But you never know. And then and we'll go back to spin to win. I would prefer to do it like once we get into Merciless, though. Maybe even after we get our Merciless Ascendancy. That's asking for a lot. But what that means is I can pick up jewel sockets, but I don't have to get knockback right away. I can just use random jewel sockets that give me damage. And jewels are still very good, so I don't mind that too much. Someone mentioned that I could try using hidden potential. That is a really cool build, but that seems pretty expensive for something that I'm not gonna go all in on. You know, we still have the knockback dream. It's still alive, so I think we're still gonna stick with that. We have to switch over when we get spell block, and then until then we'll probably be using Blade Flurry. So this is gonna be a Blade Flurry character all the way until, I would guess, like level 70. So we're gonna have to somehow build damage that'll sustain us until level 70. Is that easy? I don't know. Blade Flurry seems like a pretty good skill. At the same time, though, we are not going to be... how should I say this? We're not going to be like necessarily building around Blade Flurry, because there's going to come a point where we're going to have to like respec out of all of it. And given that choice, or given that decision, we don't want to put ourselves in a position where we have to spend too much currency to respec. For example, in Cruel, in the Act 2 Bandits quest, I think typically for a Blade Flurry build, you probably want attack speed. But in our case, I think we want physical damage. Like, the physical damage is really important. So stuff like that, you know, we're going to be playing... Basically, we're going to be playing an unoptimized Blade Flurry build. Is that okay? I mean, I guess.
You managed to kill it.
Okay, let's take a look at this. It's dog shit.
Greetings.
Pile of stinking garbage. But we did get a passive point. So I don't want to get knockback just yet. I can get damage, and I probably should. So I don't get Resolute Technique just yet. Is that a good idea? I don't have much life either. I have a decent amount, 2100. So go for damage or block. Let's start looking at block. More block's always good, so we're gonna go out this way. Yeah, okay. Submerged Passage. What's the time? 13 minutes? That's alright. We want to go this way. We are quite slow. Clearly we don't have that much move speed on our boots. And this is why, you know, move speed is always really important. We have 10% move speed. It's really low. What the... And it just... The character feels a little clunky, you know, with such low move speed. But right now, you know, we're in Cruel. Beggars can't be choosers. We don't really have the luxury of buying ourselves like really nice leveling gear. It probably doesn't even cost that much, but it costs time. It costs currency. Like, even if it costs 1 chaos, that's like 20% of our chaos inventory, you know? So we can't be too gung-ho about it. Even though I would like to. I need to save up money for knockback jewels. I need to save up money for like a leveling sword or a weapon of some sort. And then I'm gonna need to save up money for like a decent shield. I really want the surrender, man. But there's no way we can afford it. We do have an exalt, okay? We do have an exalt. That's like what? 40 chaos, 30 30 to 40 chaos. But a surrender is like what, 7 exalts? Maybe if we trade all of our currency, if we can get to that point. Oh, please God, tell me I have a staunching. I don't know if I do, so that's why I just kind of TB'd out. Yeah, I didn't have a staunching flask. That's not okay. Let's re-roll the granite into a staunching. No. Reduce charges. No. Freeze. Duration. Poison. No. Sure. Burning. Staunching! Nope. Nope. Steadiness. Heat. Craving. Maybe I have a staunching flask in here. I have a sanctified staunching. That's not what I'm looking for. Staunching! God damn it! Oh, here we go. Here we go. Surgeon staunching. I mean, surgeons aren't that good for us since we don't crit that much, but whatever, man. The staunching is the important part. Full. I have no full stacks. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Be careful.
And let's sell this. Alright. Yeah, not having a staunching is just, it's not okay. Probably, like, removes poison isn't all that important. So we can get rid of that. But, staunching is way too important. So our previous build we were running what was it? Grace Hatred, and then we switched over to Grace Determination. I think we are gonna cut that shit out. I get the feeling that Herald of Ash might be better than we think versus something like Hatred. That definitely Grace Hatred is not the way to go. I'd rather go Grace Herald of Ash. And the reason for that is if we do any overkill damage that explodes for Ignite. And that might be pretty okay, especially when we start doing our Cyclone stuff where everything is, you know, clumped up in a group anyways. So we can reverse knockback them into us, and then Herald of Ash will hopefully, like, ignite all of them. It does mean we have to drop one of our defense auras, but chances are we'll be dropping Grace and switching it for Determination. So, like, what's another, I don't know, 3 to 4k armor? Like, I think I'd rather have Determination over Grace. I don't know how much we would lose, actually. But in the late game, I don't think it would be that much. It would be significant. But it's not life or death, right? And having that extra damage from Herald of Ash, I think is a very big deal. So, why am I full clearing? I'd like the EXP, and my brain is kind of turned off right now, so I'm not even paying attention. It's a good thing that we can full clear. You know, we're not fighting anything too difficult, because if we would probably just die just like how we did last time. Like, between talking and playing, it's actually quite difficult to sort of, you know, focus on the game itself. But, I mean, that's what happens when we do this, right? Oh, a Veil Orb. So, like, see here, like, we're surrounded. We can't... That's not okay. And the reason for that is because, once again, I did not get a phasing flask. That is my mistake. I should most definitely do it. Why am I not? Honestly, I don't know. So the problem with Blade Flurry is it just doesn't feel better. It doesn't feel better than Cyclone. It really doesn't. What's the reason? We're not built for it? Like, I feel like I want to go back to Cyclone now. It's just that Cyclone is... It's kind of dangerous. Should we do it? What would it be? Cyclone, life gain on hit, increased AoE? Fuck it. Do I even... Is that even... Okay, so Cyclone, increased AoE, blood magic, melee damage. Let's see how that does. Okay, let's just give it a try. We'll give it a whirl. If I'm happy with it, I guess we're sticking with Cyclone. Blade Flurry seems to have some trouble while we are in a breach. I'm assuming it's because Cyclone just attacks so fast, so life gain on hit makes us really survivable. But the fact that we have to, you know, get this close to them, it's kind of a hassle. It's kind of dangerous too. But I think it actually feels better like this. Unfortunately, we don't have gratuitous violence yet. And I think when we fight Azaro, we might want to switch over to Blade Flurry. Blade Flurry might still be one of those skills we want to keep in the back for when we like fight single target things. But when we fight AoE, or when we try to deal with big packs, I think this is the way to go. Like, open up a breach, and let's just see how we do. Okay, so I'm still taking a lot of damage. Not as much as before. It's still pretty bad, though. I definitely need life gain on hit with this. I think that's the conclusion. I don't have enough leech. Okay. Well, I mean, that's good to know. We don't have much damage either. Damage is kind of poor. Is it our weapon? Maybe. It might be the weapon. Let's go back to town real quick. Man, I'm going real slow today. It's 22 minutes. Compared to our last character, we are clearing at a snail's pace, man. It's crazy. Okay, so I want life gain on hit, support over physical damage, and increased AoE is fine. Blood magic is probably necessary. We're level 42, which means I have a 5-link I can equip, right? Okay, so what do I want? I want Cyclone, life gain on hit, blood magic, increased AoE. Let's go with Fortify. So once again, we're going to go for a really tanky version of Cyclone. It won't do too much damage, and we're going to have to rely on... Can I poison? With Cyclone? And we'll remove something like increased AoE. Green, green, red, red, red. Let's give this a try. Green, green, red, red, blue. So I get rid of Fortify. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's go for green, green, red, red, red. Green, green, red, red. What happens to our... Okay, so our resistances actually get better. That's good to know. Okay, this is good. This is fine. And I should probably switch out the belt soon, right? Do I have anything good? That's not that good. It gives me life. That's actually an okay belt. Because 0.4 physical damage leeches life and mana. Not that good. So I can switch this out. And now I am maxed out on my resistances. I have 2100 life. Not too shabby. Do I have any other backup gear? And the only thing I have to look out for is a decent weapon, right? I just need a decent weapon. What are these boots? Cold resist, lightning resist, movement speed. Movement speed. Don't I have better boots? I have this. These are probably my best boots. Okay. Okay. So at level 48 we'll have some more boots. Or a different pair of boots. And that would probably get us sorted on the resistance department. The gloves are okay. The helmet, probably Formless Inferno again. Did I even manage to equip it? I didn't, right? Okay, so how are we looking now in terms of survivability? A lot better, but our damage is dog shit. Our damage is awful. That's not good. This could kill us. If this many monsters stick around in the breach all the time, this could actually kill us. So what do? How did I do it last time? I had that sword, the wrestle sword. That's what I did. Hold on. PoE.trade. Daresso's Passion. Daresso's Passion is a level 43 sword. And it costs like an alch. Okay, hold up. DPS. Sort by DPS. This guy's selling it for real cheap. He's selling it for real cheap. Character isn't online though. What about you? You're AFK. What about you? I mean, not as many people are playing Breach League now. I admit. Oh. He's ready though. Alright. This is good. We have a fusing to give the man. I wonder if this is actually... That sword's probably better. Accept. Okay. And hopefully that will get us sorted on damage. I mean, how else do we get damage, you know? Maybe if we actually, you know, put some damage nodes on this thing. Fortify, life gain on hit, blood magic. I mean, they're all like defensive things. Maybe we don't need fortify, and instead of fortify, we put like increase melee. That would help. We'll figure this out, okay? We'll figure this out next step. I'll figure this out off stream. I don't want to like deal with this stuff while playing. I just want to play. Maybe we'll just have like a 15-minute, you know, optimize my gear like session next episode. And then we just figure out, you know, we do some quick trading. It might not be a bad idea. Because right now, like, look at the damage, man. It's dog shit. But the life gain on hit, incredible. You know what? I take it back. It's not the worst. And as long as I can counterattack, we can do something with. We can work with this. We can definitely work with this. But in a breach, this would not be okay. So, I mean, what was I doing last episode? Or like with the previous character? We were a lot more successful with the previous character. And we had the same gems going. If anything, it's the counterattacks. The counterattacks were carrying us. So right now, counterattacks aren't pulling their weight. And to be fair, like, I don't expect them to. Because last time around, we had counterattacks on a 4-link. Right now, they're not linked to anything. So, I mean, that's one reason. And the other reason is we don't have gratuitous violence yet. And that's a big boost to DPS. We don't have anything spec'd for damage on our tree. We're just relying on life gain on hit to carry us. And to be fair, it is carrying us. It's doing great. I guess today we're just gonna do Brutus. Because it's already, what, like 25 minutes? 32 minutes. Oh my god! Oh, today is just exceptionally slow. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna ignore this guy. I need to hit 43 and see if the Restless Passion does anything for us. We don't even have the dexterity for it. What? I'm gonna have to take this node, I think. Maybe not. We have 122.
It's to be a cage fight then. I can live with that.
Maybe I'll take the 30 node. Just for now. Okay. And then we can try out the Restless Passion. See, while we were in Cruel, we could just sort of blow by these guys and Cyclone would kill them. But right now, we have to stick around. It's definitely slower. Still not the worst, though. I don't think Poison is doing much. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Let's switch for faster attacks. Okay. What's our DPS now? 949? Much better. Melee splash. Invite. Head out. Which one do you want? Level 7, level 1? Level 1. Hello? Tiwa soon. Okay, back to Brutus. With the faster attacks, we're actually doing a lot better. So there you go. That just really boosted our DPS. Yeah. Okay. This is a lot more acceptable. What happens if I use Blade Flurry in this situation? So we get rid of increased AoE. How is it? Let's give it a try. It's pretty strong. I just don't think it's strong enough for a breach. I don't know. I mean, I guess we're doing okay. Okay, let's just try to make this work. I want to make Blade Flurry work, but I don't want to put too many points dedicated to Blade Flurry. Is that weird? Because I want to think of the late game, you know? And in the later stages... Okay, here's what I can do. I can save a few points. Be a little bit more efficient. What I can do is I can attach Fortify to my Whirling Blades, and we can Whirling Blade around. So Fortify, Whirling Blades, faster attacks. Gosh, why am I doing this now? Okay, where's Whirling Blades? Whirling Blades, Fortify. Faster attacks. Okay. And then I can put increased melee damage. Melee physical. Melee physical over here. Okay, so now we have some more DPS on Blade Flurry. Okay. But we lose increased AoE. Is that so bad? Maybe not. Hopefully this will help us go a little bit faster. Obviously AoE is very important, but I don't want to re-roll into a blue socket, man. I just don't want to. What? This doesn't lead to Brutus? What? I thought that was the right way for sure. Okay. Okay, well, damage is looking much better with Blade Flurry. It's clearly Blade Flurry is the winner when it comes to DPS. It's just that in terms of like AoE clear speed, I kind of like Cyclone more. It's hard to say, really. They're two different skills. But I guess either one works. Let's just keep going with Blade Flurry. I keep trying to switch back because every time I do a breach, I just hate myself, but maybe that's just me. Okay, so we did level up, and I think I need to take this... I don't want to take the 32 dexterity, but... Man. I could take these two. Take accuracy. And that way I don't need to take resolute technique for a while. Okay. So we refund the intelligence, and we take these two nodes. And now I can try out the Restless Passion. Okay. And the Restless Passion is at 310. Whereas before it was 177. What a difference in DPS. Oh my god. Oh, but what about when we have frenzy charges? Okay, we have frenzy charges now. What are we at now? 256. It's still better. Okay, so we definitely want this, and it has more weapon range. So our AoE for Blade Flurry increases. Not bad. I'm liking this a lot more now. It's surprising just how much of a difference a weapon upgrade will do for you. All of a sudden, I'm like super happy. Look at that. Yo. Things are coming up Millhouse. And we gotta make sure to use Whirling Blades for that sweet Fortify. Except for the fact that We barely don't have any mana, huh? Everything's hooked into blood magic. So Whirling Blades actually cost so much mana for us. That's insane. But look at that. This is good. Oh yeah.
I believe in traveling light.
Alright. I mean, this sword, it has served us well. But it's time for us to move on, you know? This thing has more attack speed. It has, from the looks of things, it has more damage. And every time a Frenzy Charge expires, we have a lot of damage initially. So it's great against like bosses and stuff. Oh, let's get a ghost in here. We can't. It's too hard. Okay. Where was that ghost? Did it disappear? How the heck? Ah, whatever. Today's a long episode. It's like my first day back from the weekend. So I guess we're still a little rusty, going really slow. And it's sort of like, you know, our first foray into Cruel. So we weren't exactly Cruel ready. I think now we are. Now things are looking pretty good. Ooh, 7 additional items? Yes, please. Lantador's Lost Love. Please don't revive anything. No good currency. That's unfortunate. Not even a Chaos Orb. Not even an Alchemy Orb. Oh well. Okay, okay. This is looking good again. I can't believe how much of a difference the sword made. It was just like a random unique item in my stash at the time. Like this was what we were using before. But it's pretty darn good. Now we do lose damage once we get frenzy charges, but
I recognize that.
frenzy charges gives us more attack speed, gives us more damage. Even if it's just like, you know, 12% or I guess 4% per charge versus what, like 80% increased damage, 72% increased damage. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Basically that initial hit, as long as we don't have frenzy charges, it'll do quite a bit. 300 damage, and then you get what, 20% more for each stage. Initial hit will be pretty. What am I doing? Follow the blood trail, Emnix. I'm like not paying attention at all. This is why we're at like 45 minutes. Man, Blade Flurry is just such a good boss killer. There you go.
Skill beats size every time.
Okay, now when you TP out of Brutus, or once you kill Brutus, you automatically get the Prisoner's Gate waypoint, so there's no point in walking out. Let's take WED, I guess. Weapons of Elemental Destruction. And we probably want the armor and evasion gauntlets. I think just armor. Nope.
What little help I can offer is yours.
Okay, so we want to sell these. Sell this. Sell this. Sell that. And that. We're keeping this sword. It has truly served us well. And it deserves a spot in the backup stash. A decent amount of currency today, I suppose. Not as much as I'd like. And I guess we've given up on Lacerate. Like, that's that. Is Lacerate better than Blade Flurry? Honestly, I doubt it. Blade Flurry just seems really good. 60% more attack speed as well. So I guess we're sticking with that. Let's see. I have a couple cards here. And I guess we'll end up finishing Act 1 tomorrow. We're going really slow. But now that we have some more damage, hopefully we'll be able to go a bit faster. I'm still not fully satisfied with how we're going, but at the same time, our passive tree is like super defensive. There's not that many damage nodes. Like we have 3, like a couple nodes just for damage. We haven't taken these at all, you know, stuff like that. I think once we pick those up, maybe our clear speed will increase by a little. But that's it for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Soon.